Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Zubaidah binti Sulaiman. Today our group going to introduce you about anti-corruption by SPRM. Before that, I need to introduce you about all the member of this team. The member consists Zubaidah, Sharul, Shirley, and also Carlene. This presentation consists introduction, presentation objective, main content, and lastly, conclusion. Firstly, for the introduction, I will talk about definition of corruption. Corruption is generally known as misconduct of public power for the private gain. According to SPRM, bribery, fraud, abuse of power, and laundering money by any entity, whether it's an organization or it's an individual, it will be charged as a corruption. And definitely they will be punished accordingly under the law. Next, for the Awang 2012, generally speaking, corruption can be regarded as the power of which being entrusted for private benefit. It relates to the act of dishonesty, fraudulent, and unprofessional behavior. Next, I'll talk about type of corruption. There is two major forms of corruption. First, petite. Second, grand. For the petite corruption, it will involve small amount of money, but it will also hold lesser effect on the country. But for the grand one, it will involve huge amount of money and hold more effect on the country and the long lasting effects on the country also. Third, I will talk about consequences of corruption. First, government will lose public trust on them. This is because honesty is really important on an administration. Second, waste of public resources and money. This is because public money and resources are used for private benefit. Third, it will cause injustice. This is because by advantaging some at expenses of others, this will cause injustice among the affected organization or entity. Fourth, reputational damage on an organization. This will be difficult for them to recruit and retain quality staffs, and it also will be difficult to them to attract new business investors. To overcome all these consequences, SPRM has been established. So now I will talk about background of SPRM. In 2008, Parliament and Government of Malaysia have been approved the formation of Suruhanjaya Pencegahan Rasuah Malaysia, which is SPRM, to replace Badan Pencegahan Rasuah ACA. This is to replace ACA Act 1997 to SPRM Act 2009. This led to official establishment of SPRM as independent, transparent, and professional body. SPRM is mainly established to efficiently manage the nation anti-corruption efforts.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shahrul Nizam bin Kamal Arifin. Right now, I would like to talk about our presentation objective. For this presentation objective is to provide a clear understanding of what corruption is, how it happens, and why it causes serious harm to society, the economy, and the reputation of the country. And the next one is to explain the important role of SPRM in preventing, investigating, and taking action against corruption, as well as how the agency works to ensure fairness and integrity. And the last one is to increase public awareness about the importance of practicing honesty, responsibility, and ethical behavior in everyday life. Next, I will explain the role of SPRM. SPRM plays an important role in fighting corruption in Malaysia. The first one is investigate corruption case. The SPRM investigates all reported corruption cases, gathers evidence, and takes legal action against those involved to ensure justice and integrity maintained. And the next one is raise public awareness on anti-corruption. SPRM share information through campaigns, talks, and community programs. SPRM also shared that corruption has various negative effects and encourage people to practice honesty and integrity in daily life.
Hello everyone, I'm Nur Shirlisha Binti Abdullah, so I'm going to talk about how SPRM combat corruption. First and foremost, SPRM focuses on prevention by improving system within government agencies to reduce opportunities of corruption. The counter-setting case serves as an example of how SPRM officers themselves are also monitored to prevent misuse of power. The Commission must ensure that its staff act with integrity and professionalism. Subsequently, strict action is taken if any officer is found guilty of wrongdoing. Let us proceed to the next one. Training programs are frequently held to educate government staff on ethics and integrity. As generally acknowledged, a strong moral value helps corruption before it starts, especially when the awareness has been widely spread among the youth in schools and universities. Through this approach, this awareness empowers individuals to make informed decisions in their daily lives and allowing them to acquire new knowledge and practical skills. Sprm had organized a seminar programs on April 2023. A total of 33 programs with enforcement agencies have been held. On the other hand, a total of 74 programs with government agencies and ministry were also carried out. Another significant point is SPRM is committed to maintaining public trust and accountability to ensure the public continues to believe in its fairness, honesty, also effectiveness. To maintain this trust, SPRM regularly shares information with the public, such as investigation results, arrests, or even reports on corruption trends. Other than that, SPRM works by encouraging public participation to report corruption through hotlines, websites, and community programs. This shows that the Commission values the public's involvement and aims to work together with the community to fight corruption.
Hello, my name is Pradika Bakis binti Ahmad Zaini, and I'll be the one who will explain the conclusion of corruption for today. Corruption gives a negative impact towards a big society, specifically governments. It creates unfair advantages and also reduces trust between people and big institutions. If decisions making are heavily influenced by bribery or dishonesty, ordinary citizens will often suffer the most. Therefore, we must find a solution to combat corruption before it's getting too late. Fighting corruption requires more than laws. It needs transparency, accountability, and also leaders with integrity to protect the nation. Everyone plays a big role, from speaking out against unfair practices to beware of our unethical choices in daily life. Anti-Corruption Commission, or known as SPRM, works really hard to reduce the cases of corruption in Malaysia. SPRM runs programs, workshops, and campaigns to educate citizens and organizations about anti-corruption practices. As a citizen, we should take part to show our diligent effort to reduce the corruption cases in Malaysia. Through cooperation between the government and citizens, we can build fairer and more transparent society where resources are used responsibly, justice is always upheld, and every citizen can trust on the system that works for them. In addition, corruption is a serious problem and it's hard to solve. With integrity and awareness, it can be reduced to pave the way for a brighter future and build a strong economy stability in the country. Thank you.